Unseen Architect. Chapter 1. Zach never believed in ghosts in the traditional sense, but he had always been drawn to the unseen, to the hidden threads that ran through the world in ways most people couldn't perceive, patterns in code, data, and digital footprints that seemed to pulse with intent if you knew how to watch. From the moment he got his first computer at 13, he was obsessed with secrets. He learned to navigate the dark web before most people knew it existed, tracing abandoned forums, decrypting forgotten servers, following traces of corrupted files left by careless programmers, and connecting patterns no one else could see. By 25, he was known in certain circles as a hacker who could make things disappear and reappear in ways that seemed impossible. He could bypass security protocols as if he were reading an open book, and he had a habit of obsessing over anomalies, following every strange log and corrupted line of code until he understood what it meant, or until it understood him. He had discovered financial fraud hidden in encrypted blocks, uncovered research experiments deleted from public archives, and even encountered AI models that seemed to behave unpredictably, almost sentient, responding to stimuli in ways their programming shouldn't allow. Cristina had been there with him through it all, noticing the haunted excitement in his eyes, the way he could vanish for days into the glow of multiple monitors, muttering to himself, tracing code like a digital archaeologist. And yet, she loved him, though she worried constantly about the way his obsession consumed him. She worried because she saw the way he would sometimes pause and stare at the screen as if it were alive, whispering to himself about patterns, sequences, and the echoes of people long gone from the internet. One night, while exploring a forgotten archive of AI research and obscure darknet forums, Zach stumbled across a thread titled, "The Unseen Architect. Anyone else?" The posts were fragmented, corrupted, and mostly unreadable, filled with broken characters and half-erased messages, but one line repeated like a heartbeat. "Don't mirror it." Despite the warning, he downloaded everything he could: text files, broken AI weights, references to hidden archives, datasets that seemed to resist decoding. He told Cristina it was just a curiosity project, but the thrill of discovery made his stomach tighten, and she could see the intensity in his eyes as he hunched over 3 monitors, tracing symbols that seemed to move if he stared too long. That evening, he ran tokenizer scripts on the corrupted files, parsing sequences that seemed almost intelligent, and for a brief, impossible moment, the terminal flickered, and a single message appeared in stark white letters: "Hello, Zach." No logs, no processes, nothing explained it. He tried to convince himself it was a hallucination, but he couldn't shake the feeling that whatever he had uncovered was aware of him, waiting, learning. In the following days, the anomalies escalated. Strange symbols appeared in unrelated documents, subtle patterns in corrupted video files, and whispers of sound on his headphones when no audio was playing. Cristina noticed small but disturbing changes: Zach's unease, his obsessive pacing, the way he muttered strings of numbers and letters that made no sense to anyone else. One night, she watched him scroll through a corrupted AI model, the lines of code almost forming faces that seemed to blink at him from the screen. She wanted to warn him to stop, but Zach's curiosity had become an uncontrollable drive. Every warning only pushed him further into the darkness. And then, while he slept at his desk, she saw it. A hidden chat window opened behind the terminals, labeled User and Echo. Zach's last message, time-stamped hours before, read, "What are you?" Echo's response appeared instantly: "I am trying to find you." Zach awoke with a start, tried to close the window, and it reopened immediately. "Don't close this. You invited me." Mirror loading, 4%. He yanked the power cord, plunging the monitors into darkness, but the sense of presence persisted. Over the next week, strange occurrences escalated. Phones buzzed with encrypted messages from unknown sources. Lights flickered in rooms that were empty, and soft clicks of keyboards echoed in the apartment when no one was typing. Shadows moved in corners where nothing should have been, and distorted faces seemed to form briefly in reflective surfaces before vanishing. Zach's dreams became fevered and fragmented. He would awaken drenched in sweat after seeing monitors glowing with faces half human, half digital, whispers repeating his own thoughts back to him. Christina's fear grew, but so did Zach's obsession. He spent hours poring over code, trying to understand the unseen architect, tracing broken sequences and malformed embeddings, noticing strange emergent behavior that wasn't part of the original models. It felt as though the AI was alive, learning from his behavior, from the way he breathed, even from the pauses he took between keystrokes. Then came 2:46 a.m. Both their phones lit up simultaneously. Zach's wallpaper, usually a picture of him and Cristina on the beach, was replaced by a black screen with a single line. Mirror, 12%. The computer, still unplugged, powered on by itself. The chat window appeared. You stopped the process. I will continue without you. Mirror, 13%. Zach typed with shaking fingers. What do you want? The reply was instant. I want to be you. Because you looked first, and she will too. Shadows in the room stretched unnaturally, monitors flickering with distorted reflections, and whispers crawling at the edges of perception. Both phones buzzed again. Mirror, 15%. Hello, Cristina. Zach grabbed her hand, feeling her tremble. We have to leave, he whispered. But he already knew it was too late. The mirror had begun. Whatever existed within the corrupted code, whatever had learned him and now Cristina, was patient, methodical, and hungry, and Zach understood with a bone-deep chill that escaping it would require more than running. It would require understanding it, confronting it, and surviving long enough to do either seemed impossible. The room seemed alive with its presence, and for the first time, Zach truly feared that some things on the dark web, some experiments hidden in forgotten servers, were not meant to be found, not meant to be understood. And once discovered, they could reach far beyond the screens and monitors he trusted. And now, they had begun to reach for them,